The average person spends almost a year and a half of their life in a bathroom. A year and a half. And in almost every home I walk into, even the beautiful ones, even the expensive ones, this room quietly falls short. Not because it's pretty, not because it wasn't styled well, but because it was designed to look at, not to live in. I'm Ariana Adure-Anderson, and over 25 years, I've been designing homes that are comfortable to live in, as they're beautiful to look at. Today, I'm walking you through 11 bathroom mistakes that I see in homes at every single price point. And the last one, number 11, is the one that shifts everything. It changes how you think about the space entirely. So stay with me. In my last video, we talked about kitchen mistakes. What makes an expensive home, well, feel off. But today is different. The bathroom. It is personal. In kitchen, you are performing. You're cooking, hosting, cleaning. There is an audience. Now, in the bathroom, most of the time, you are alone. And this is the first space you actually step in the morning, and it's the last space that you stand at night. And when the room isn't supporting you, you will feel it. You just don't realize what you're feeling. So let's get into it. Let's start with the one that actually causes damage: ventilation. No one ever walks into a bathroom and admires an exhaust fan, but this is the only room in your home that is actually actively trying to break itself down every single day. Every shower fills the air with heat and moisture, and if the air doesn't leave properly, it doesn't just disappear, it settles into your walls, into your tile, into your ceiling. And over time, you start to see it. A grout color changes, the paint lifts in the corner of the ceiling. That subtle, musty smell that cleaning never quite fixes. That's moisture winging. Most of the fans installed by builders are just enough to pass building inspection. They just check off the box, that's it. But passing the building code doesn't protect your home, and that's not the same. Your fan should be able to exchange full air volume of your bathroom multiple times per hour, and it should be able to run automatically until all the moisture is gone. Now, in the larger bathroom, you need at least more than one point of extraction. Another way to protect that is heated floors to dry off the moisture that settles. Warming towels is another perfect way to do that. Now, this is not just luxury features, these are moisture controls. Your lighting is shaping how you see yourself every single morning, and most of the time, it is not doing you any favors. Now, overhead lighting casts shadows underneath your jaw, underneath your eyes, and your nose. And you don't think, my lighting is wrong. When you look in the mirror, you say, hey, I look tired. And that feeling follows you throughout the day. What is happening here is incredibly simple. You are lighting your face from the worst possible angle. So fix it. Light from both sides. Soft, even lighting that wraps around your face, not something that's harsh and drops straight down. This is how makeup artists work. This is how beautiful photographies are made. And this is how you should see yourself in the reflection. Beautiful. Your bathroom should not feel the same at 6 a.m. in the morning as it does at 10 p.m. at night, but in some homes it does. One switch, one intensity, one experience. And your body feels it. Light directly impacts your internal rhythm. Bright light at night tells your brain to stay alert. It delays rest. So you end your day in a space that tells you to stay awake. And then you wonder, why is it so hard to wind down? A dimmer changes that. Morning, bright, energy, clear. Evening, soft, calm, quiet. Same room, completely different feeling. It's a small change, but this one you will actually feel. The tub shower combo. Now, this one is pretty common setup in a lot of bathrooms. And this one is the least practical. You are stepping over a high ledge every time you shower on a wet surface. It's a safety concern for kids, for anyone that's aging in place, and for anyone that's in a hurry on Tuesday morning. And for design standpoint, it doesn't do well for either. It is too narrow to really soak in, and it's not really a shower, you're standing in a tub. If you want a tub, give yourself a real one, a freestanding, beautiful tub that's actually worth stepping into. Something beautiful that earns its place in the room. And for shower, it should be its own space, a walk-in, no edges, something that you don't have to climb over every single morning. Separate them. Let each one be what it's supposed to be. The combo just tries to save space, but it really costs you comfort. This one, I still feel very strong about, and it's jetted tubs. Like, in theory, they sound amazing, but most of them are very difficult to maintain. Water sits in those internal lines between use, that warm, dark, enclosed area, and that environment builds bacteria over time. And most homeowners don't realize that. Now, there are jetted tubs that have a built-in plunge system that filters all the lines automatically every single time it's used, and it has antibacterial surfaces, self-draining pumps. Now, those do exist, and if you really want a jetted tub, then that's the one you should install. But that standard model without those systems, you're soaking in the water that's been circling through those lines and you can't really see and you can't really clean. So it's not really about the jet tub that they're bad, it's if you're using the wrong one. Vessel sinks, they look beautiful, they photograph well, but most of the time they are installed incorrectly. A faucet spout needs to hit a center of the bowl, and the height between the spout and the basil, it does matter. Too high, the water splashes everywhere. Too low, you can barely get your hands under. Spouts reaches the drop height have to match your vanity. When it's done right, then the vessel sinks actually work. But if it's not, then you're constantly battling water that splashes everywhere. The sink isn't the problem, it's the installation. Let's talk about barn doors. They're charming. And with the right installation, they can absolutely work in a bathroom, but most of the time they are installed incorrectly. A standard barn door with basic hardware does not seal. It does not block sound. It does not hold steam. Now, the right track system with the sound barrier and proper edging seal, that changes everything. Same look, but it actually performs. The mistake isn't a barn door, it's the hardware behind it. And in the bathroom, privacy shall never be compromised. Small floor tiles in the shower. Small tiles means more grout, and more grout, especially in the bathroom, requires attention. Over time, it becomes something that you notice the most. Not the tile, the grout. Larger tile simplifies the space. They calm it down, and that sense of calm is what you want under your feet. The flat frameless mirror on the wall, builder-grade mirrors. They work, but it does not elevate the space. Your mirror is the focal point of the entire wall, and changing it can transform your space. Shape, frame, scale. It reflects more than just your face, it reflects light. It shapes how you feel in the room. When it's done right, the entire space feels collected, designed. Now, this is where real life starts to show up. Now, look at your countertops. Everything sitting there, that's your life. And most bathrooms are not designed to hold it. Beautiful images show simple, but real home need structure. When everything has a place, the room feels calm without effort. That's what luxury really means. This is the one that hits home. You designed your bathroom for someone else. You picked what it looks good on the photo, maybe on Pinterest, what was trending, and you thought, well, that's how the bathroom is supposed to look. And none of it was designed around you. Your routine, your morning, what actually makes the space practical for you. The best bathrooms aren't the ones that impress people. They're the ones that make you feel you. Bright when you need it, quiet when you need it, organized, that everything has a place. That's what people mean when they say, I want a spa at home. They don't actually mean a spa, but what they want is the feeling of a spa. That's calm, that's uncluttered, and organized. And you can have that, but if you stop designing for a photo and start designing for your life, you spend a year and a half of your life in that space. And most people treat it like an afterthought, but it shapes your morning, it shapes your evening. It shapes how you feel when no one is around you. And that's what matters. If this changed the way you see this space, please subscribe, because this is what we talk about, how design actually feels, not just how it looks. And I'll see you in the next episode.